So I'm Danny,
And I'm Gino.
and we wanted to have a conversation because we started to have convos about the things that we go through, and we came to the conclusion that the number one thing that we always think about is our 3 kids.
3 kids. Responsibility, money,
Yeah.
time. It's a lot of investment,
Yeah.
and it's all about sharing.
Yeah, so there's something that I learned while working in video conferencing, which is kind of off, right? It's completely off, but it taught me something. In video conferencing, the background is always, the best background to have is blue. It's blue, and sky blue, as a matter of fact, which sounds off. But the reality is the reason why they do blue backgrounds and bright blue, Scandinavian sky blue is a very popular color for backgrounds. It's because the human eye, for millions of years, has been accustomed to watching the sky. And as such, in your brain, you're programmed to forget that color. And because you forget the color blue,
okay.
you focus more attention on what's right in front of you. And what's interesting as well is our programming languages, our video encoders and decoders are easily working on the color blue. And the color blue is just an easy color for a program to compress. It's almost like a key color. Blue and when you see ketones, like if you want to do like active backgrounds and change the background, that's usually blue or green that they use because those are not natural colors to, at least weren't, for people to wear. But it's super, super interesting. And so where I say I learned something is not that concept. The reason why our eye forgets the color blue is because that's what we're accustomed to. The reason why you recognize truth when you see it is because that's what you know. We've been accustomed, we've been trained as human animals to recognize truth. Not because of some sixth sense or whatever. No, just because we've known truth forever. When you see the truth, you recognize the truth. When you feel the truth, you recognize it. Some people call it a sixth sense. You can call it whatever the hell you want. Yeah. You can believe in the divine. You can believe in the human. You can believe in the neuropathic way. You can believe in like whatever. Yeah. Bottom line, when you see the truth, when you feel the truth, you recognize it. Truth, love, fear, anger. Those are emotions.
Real, yeah.
You cannot deny when you're facing these things. Yeah. And you remember last time when I was telling you about the power thing, right? Power dynamics.
Yes.
There's a lot more power in somebody being confident. The truth is you're faking it when you do the door opening thing, or when you let somebody do the hand forcing thing or whatever. When you give power, there's a recognition there that you're like, I don't care. If you really don't care, by the way, it means that you have something that the other person doesn't.
Exactly.
And that like sense of confidence is something that somebody else will recognize. And it creates this, it shifts this power dynamic from I know who I am to I don't know who you are, and I thought I did, but I really don't.
Yeah, exactly. There's a hesitation.
Exactly. Right, and so that's something that people don't recognize easily, this confidence, this aloofness. And if it's just aloofness because you don't care to be there, then it's not good. But if it's aloofness because you're like, this is not something that I'm willing to fight for, I have bigger things in store, that's when there's actual power.
That's right.
So this idea of power dynamics, man, it's years and years and years. And I mean, I've been in some pretty interesting circles. Leaders of industry, owners of companies, CEOs, politicians. I've met a lot of very, very powerful people. I've sat at the desk of very, very powerful men and women. And over time, like I always remember a situation where I was sitting at a bank's big table. It's like a 20 people long table, more than 20 people. Anyways, massive conference room, and people are just naming each other and they're naming their titles. And this guy goes, I'm a PhD of this, and this guy, I'm a PhD of that, and I'm a PhD of this, I'm a PhD of that. And I go, hi, I'm Danny. You called me to answer your questions. Oh! Can we please get to it? Oh, like I really appreciate this. Yeah, everybody's like having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
The big man. Like I'm really not impressed. Yes. I don't care. Oh, wow. I don't have a PhD in anything. I don't want. Can we please move on to the part where I answer the questions you want to ask me, and we can just move on. And I'll always remember that. Like the room went just like dead cold, and then and then you have a sales guy that's next to me. No, he's here.
And you know what? Okay, so you know what? I love this. Here's what's interesting.
Yeah.
The notion of awkwardness.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Because it has to be there in many, many situations.
Uh-huh.
The times where I felt the most powerful, the most in control, is when I've been able to sit, to marinate in that awkwardness.
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
minute that I've accepted that there's going to be some awkward situation, there's going to be some awkward situations, and if I'm able to stay cool with it, because what happens.
Yep.
Again, I don't care.
Yep.
Automatically,
Oh yeah.
fear is gone.
Yeah.
Right? You feel more powerful, and then you can.
Because you
play with
are.
things. Exactly.
Yeah. Effectively, you are.
And that's in that awkwardness when you recognize that it's that fight or flight. That's exactly what's going on.
Okay, so check this out, right? And I read this book that my good friend Rachel recommended me, and I cannot remember right now what it's called, but effectively, the human animal has been bred for years and years and years to deal with fight, right?
Yeah.
Fight or flight that you just mentioned, and so physiologically, when you feel this awkwardness in your stomach, what's effectively happening
Pit of your stomach,
is your body is literally taking blood away from your guts and it's putting it in your legs. That's effectively what it's doing. It's getting you ready to run. It is literally getting ready to run.
Go. Yeah.
Right? And so when you get really, really nervous, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but eventually your legs will start to shake.
Yes.
And when your legs are shaking, that means literally like your body is getting ready, and then you start feeling sweat, cold. Yeah, that's right. Your hands are getting ready. You're getting ready to fight. That's what your body is doing, which is like 1,000,000% counterintuitive, because you're in a situation where you're talking and you feel nervous. When your body's getting ready to fight, the reality is you should be getting blood to your brain.
Yes.
Think faster. Think faster.
Yes.
And so one of the things that I do is I will laugh internally. I will laugh internally and think about something that is completely funny. I listen to a lot of comedy before I get into stressful situations, before I get into meetings, for that reason. I want to remind myself of a good joke.
Tip.
I'll listen to some Chris Rock. I'll listen to some Dave Chappelle. I'll listen to some Abba and Preach. I'll listen to whatever. I'll listen to something that's funny because I can go back to that moment. And when I laugh, I'm in the moment. And it's silly, eh? I laugh, I'm in the moment. I get back and center to myself.
Back to the zone.
That's right. And so then when I feel my hands getting back to myself, I feel my legs calming down, everything's calming down, all of a sudden, then I'm ready to deal with the situation at hand. Interestingly, when I'm doing all of this, I am not dealing with the awkwardness that's happening. I am dealing with myself.
Yourself.
And so, as you were saying, when you feel this awkwardness, you're gaining some of the power, because whatever awkwardness you're feeling, chances are everybody else in the room
is feeling it
too.
And by the way, now that you're reminding me this, so let me get personal. Little known fact, but now it's going to be known by everyone. Okay, people around me. If I watch a movie, I think it's because I'm so how do you say that? Empathy. So you're
Empathetic.
It's empathetic. Or it's
guess.
pathetic. Empathetic. I got telekinesis. I'm Professor X or something.
Sure.
I don't. Okay. So because of that, I feel a lot. For people, from people.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a sponge on that side.
Yeah.
So if I watch a movie,
Yeah.
and there's always a red herring. There's always a cliche.
Yeah.
You know the deal.
Some
guy, he was doing something really awkward, and that his mom's gonna come around, and you're like, oh, come on, dude, just pull your pants up. Let's go before. Or his crush is gonna come up, and he's trying to say something, but you see that he hasn't laced his shoe properly, so he's gonna fall. You're like, he's gonna fall. When I see something super awkward coming, I feel like as if I was in a situation.
To you, yeah.
So I feel the need to go. I'm watching. Go. What? What do you know? I need to go to the bathroom. I hated when my ex, because then my ex would know me. Yeah. So she would stop the movie.
Yeah.
I don't want you to stop the movie because I want to skip that part. It's on purpose that I'm leaving. No, but she wants me to sit there
She
in the
wants me to
crowd
sit in the
and watch
awkwardness.
this with me now. Okay? So, because of that,
Yeah.
I am also like that when I see other people. Why am I saying this? Is because you said it. The awkwardness you're feeling, probably other people are feeling it.
Yeah.
So even when I'm in the crowd
Mm-hmm.
and I look at someone performing, whether I know him or not, if a comedian is bombing,
Yeah.
I feel for him.
Yeah.
I feel as if I was born with him.
Yeah.
I'm not, no, la, 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 la. I don't want to see it. It's ugly. I feel as if I'm in this situation.
Yeah.
But when I am in this situation, and it's me,
Yeah.
so I know I'm in control. I've had situations where friends were on stage, they're messing up. I have 15 things I could go on stage and say, but I can't. And that's painful for me.
Oh.
So because of that, that's why when I'm on stage, I'm ready. If maybe it's because I'm trying to be a nice guy. If I see something that's awkward, remember the part I told you where I was telling you that a client said, "Oh yeah, you have a beard, you know, you look like a thug, haha."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, that's racist. That's discrimination right there. It's a stereotype." Never mind. It's fine.
So to the point that I made last time, if you had said any of the above right there and then,
Yeah, on the spot.
exactly.
She would have been like, "Oh, and I could have turned it into a joke.
Exactly.
I could have just, I would have laughed and, "Oh, you scared me." I could have, so many ways.
But what I'm saying is the control in that situation comes from the. It's not authenticity. It's more spontaneity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power in that most people don't realize. So long as it's spontaneous, it'll pass. You can laugh it off or not. You can leave an awkward silence for a second or not.
And that silence, bro. That silence.
Oh.
Again, let's get into that dynamic, the power of
silence.
silence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because that goes hand in hand with the awkwardness. Let's say I go on a date with someone.
Yeah, you're dating.
So let's say I go on a date.
Yeah, I'm so not ready. I'm so not willing. I
no.
would not be able to deal with that at all. I'm like, no.
Like,
I got
bro,
dad jeans. I'm like,
dude. And we're seeing this.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I've said it before. Our upbringing makes it so that this power we have, because I'm going to call it a power.
Yeah,
It's basically freaking power. I'm basically a superhero.
Yeah.
Okay, so this power that we have
Can deal with silence.
Okay.
In a single bound. In a single bound.
This power that we have, okay, because of our upbringing, we've been taught not to abuse of it or use it for the wrong reasons.
For evil, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's our fault. Maybe we should use it more. Okay, I'm not discrediting anything, right?
Yeah.
But this ease of using communication to control, manipulate, whatnot, we choose not to use it for bad as much as possible.
Because it blows up in your face quick.
Exactly.
Mostly for me, anyways.
And then it's for us, right? We're like, no, we've been raised not to do this.
Yeah.
But it's there, right?
Yeah.
So, on purpose, I've never been the guy that's super popular with ladies, but I was completely and always knowledgeable of why. It's a decision, okay? You're like the athlete that decides not to take drugs, steroids, and perform natural, and you see other people around that are running faster than you, performing better than you, but you know that in the end, they're gonna get caught at some point, right? They're gonna get tested, and then everybody's gonna know. It's gonna come to the light, and you're screwed. So I want to make sure I'm not part of those. So I stay natural. So my skill, I have it. I could be manipulating people, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So I see when I go on a date, we're talking, we're going back and forth. Someone who's lacking in confidence will feel the need to fill the void.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll be like even let's say he's talking to a girl on the phone. He'll be like, ha, ha, ha. And his stress level is going up because he's like, okay, but what am I going to talk to you? Like, you're stressing before you even get in the conversation. Okay, what am I going to say to the girl? Okay, I'm going to talk to her about this. Okay, let me make a list of things and topics.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to talk, okay, I'll go this. And then, okay, but if she says this, how am I, should I, okay, but what if she brings up religion? Okay, maybe, dude, you're doing way too much.
Yeah.
Dude, if there's a silence, dude, breathe. If I'm in a car with someone, and it doesn't have to be a date, it doesn't have to be a girl, you could be with your friend, but it's a good example. When you're with your friend, do you feel like you have to fill in all the information? I could sit down, we could be having a conversation, having a drink, I'm checking my phone, you're checking your phone, haha, joke, let's go back to what we were talking about. We could take 5 minutes away. We're not, look, one of the most beautiful things I have with my daughter is that I'm able to be in a room with her. I'm reading a book, she's reading a book, and I'll go, you cool? Yeah. All right. I don't have to feel bad or guilty, like, oh, I should find like an activity, something active. What if her mind's not stimulated? Yo, I taught this little girl how to read. So I taught her how to feed herself intellectually. This is not a problem.
Yeah.
I done the work beforehand. Okay? Yeah. She's reading. I'm reading. We're having fun. And we can go afterwards, close the book, and be like, this was fun. Yeah. We'll do this next week. And then move on. We can just do that. So the awkwardness, you need to embrace it. That silence, embrace it. I'm not saying we should always be silent. Of course, communication is about, communicating.
Yeah, it's important.
But the silence, the pause is important. What would be music if there was never a pause? It can't be just constant, the same, like, there's cuts, there's the feeling. We call that dynamic. Voila.
Yeah.
It's dynamic.
Yeah.
There's a velocity, there's movement, there's rhythm. Silence is part of it. Now, I don't remember my, the solfège. Okay, so I don't remember, but I know there's a sign or a notation for silence. Yeah. There's a reason.
Yeah, and silence is timed, and silence has rhythm. Even silence has rhythm. It's
sorry, white people.
Even silence has rhythm.
I'm joking. Mostly.
Not really.
So yeah, silence has
silence has rhythm, and it's actually the most important part. I would think. Of most musical composition, right? It's how it goes right from low to high and high to low, right? How you create how you fill the void of silence and then leave some silence to be desired. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, I just had to touch on this. I had to. And I had to have it recorded because I think this is a good conversation. But like you said, there's power that we have to be good communicators. Because when you communicate well, you can project images and ideas into other people. And I do this professionally, literally, right? Yeah. This is what I do for a living. I do a lot of presenting of products, ideas, concepts, and so on. And usually, when well prepared, I'm usually very successful at doing that. On the other hand, so long as I do this and remain in the truth, so long as I do this and remain in honesty, which is the one thing, again, that everybody can recognize, that is the reason why I believe that I'm successson. I've seen other people that would sell, the infamous sales race. Yeah. I would sell a refrigerator to Eskimos. Like, there's a certain sense where, if it's dishonest, it'll catch a percentage of the crowd. It'll catch some people. Some people want to just ride a wave and just be a part of it, and so they'll say yes to a proposition that's not necessarily good or honest. But I find that those flames don't last for a long time.
There's no longevity.
There's no longevity
to it.
Yeah. I married the woman that challenged me most, right? That's effectively what I did. I've always been somebody that had that
calls on you bullshit.
Yeah. She was like, no, I don't agree with that, and yes, I agree with that, and let's have that. She engaged me. She engaged me as a person. I felt engaged having conversation with her.
That's why you have an iPhone and she has an Android.
Yes, she does.
Right?
Yes, she does. Yeah,
that friction.
Yeah, well, it's fun though. It keeps everything fun.
Sharp.
what's that saying?
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron, and my wife is absolutely
Iron.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
She's iron.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
jagged iron.
But jagged edge.
But absolutely. I think that's the reason why I have a friend like you. I think that's the reason why I have the friends that I have. They're people that have the strength of mind to be able to have ideas and defend them and hear some opposing views. Yeah. And not be threatened by it. Just because you don't agree with me, I'm not less of a human, right?
No, exactly, right? No. There's ways to battle honorably. That's the important part. People, the same way people are scared of the awkwardness.
Yeah.
People are scared of the confrontation.
And disagreeing. They're scared to disagree.
Yes. That's how you build yes men.
Ugh.
And that's how you fail. You just fail. You fail when you're surrounded by yes men, and you fail when you're a yes man.
Oh yeah.
You know? So you have to have a certain amount of friction in everything. Dude, there's no way to get traction without friction.
Yeah.
So nothing is gonna grow, nothing is gonna move if we don't have that friction.
Yeah.
You have to have something that's abrasive.
Yeah, a little bit.
But not
to the point where you're bleeding.
So a relationship, if we have to mention something, you can't be like, oh yeah, we fight all the time, but it's for a good cause. Because no. If you fight all of the time, that's not good.
Might I? If a fight is civil, then there is growth to be gained from it.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I say fight, it's not like there's not plates being thrown, there's not punches being thrown.
So that's right? Why it's a. I don't know if we could use fight.
Yeah.
We could use argument.
Yeah. Disagreements.
But exactly, and that's okay.
Yeah. It's
For example,
good. It's good.
I can decide. Hey, for me, it's all about KFC. I need to eat KFC. And you're like, no, me, it's Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Then we have a disagreement, but I don't consider it a fight because for me it's like, yo, I like chicken. I like pizza. Oh yeah, but do you like Hawaiian pizza? No, I think it's disgusting. I love it. Well, screw you. I mean, that's your loss. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're having a drink. Okay, we're having a drink, and then we move on. What I mean is like a fight. Then no, you shouldn't. There's gonna be fights.
Yeah.
And if it's the only thing you have in a relationship,
yeah, that's not a big deal. Yeah, that's not a big deal.
It's not a relationship. I don't think so. Anyways, you know.
Yeah, you don't have something to live up to.
That's living with your worst enemy.
You know what? Let me give you another one. And somebody said this to me, right? Because I just said that I got together with my wife because I think she is somebody that can challenge me intellectually. She has the ability to challenge me, but ultimately, you're absolutely right to say there has to be an undertone, and I would argue that love is not enough to hold a relationship.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. If you were trying to have a fight, I can't fight with you with this. I totally agree.
It's not a fight.
I totally agree.
But I find it's a point of contention, right? When you look at puppy love, right? People, he's so cute. She's so cute. Oh my God, I love him. You don't really know what that means. And
I was doing a Facebook Live and a Facebook group of mine, all things geek.
Yeah.
And we got in that conversation, and I invited somebody on the live, and she was talking about that. She said, listen, relationship and love is not about, happy land. Everything is fairy tales, and we need concrete. And the woman I was speaking to, she's Arab.
Okay.
She's Muslim.
Okay.
And she was explaining, for example, I'm not saying it's impossible for two ethnicities to be together.
Wow.
She said, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Going in deep.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying there's a lot of extra work that needs to be done. And don't think, love conquers all. We'll conquer that. Because it's down the line. You'll notice the things that don't work. And she gave an example. She said, hey, my sister married a guy who was not Muslim. He was a white man. And at first it was okay. He even decided to convert.
Oh, wow.
But then at some point, maybe 5 years down the line, he was confronted with things that he was like, yeah, but Okay, but I love the how I was living before.
Oh, wow.
And then you're like, okay, yeah, but now I can't go back. Like, this is like, you just, like, the reason we're together is because, yeah, we agreed on these changes. And I completely understood her. Because I said, yeah, if I'm with somebody and she's like, I'm a Christian, okay, we're going to live this way. And then out of the blue, we get confronted with a difficult situation. And my go-to is prayer, you know, and your go-to is alcohol, or your go-to is partying, or your go-to is other people. Then, or your go-to is, I need to grind and I'm going to find and we're going to get this done. And
yeah, that's a problem.
Then, yeah,
that's a problem.
Then whomever said one thing that's different, somebody's going to say, well, you're a wuss. You don't want to move things up. You're weak. You're passive. You be like, no, this is my belief. Now, if we don't believe, what are we doing? And then it sucks if you went down the line and there's a lot of time that was spent. So she was saying, hey, don't waste my time.
Wow.
It's just a fact. If we're the same culture, there's things that are just going to work. There's going to be less friction, and the friction that we have is on things that are concrete or that we can build things. Right? We're not throwing rocks at each other. They're building blocks. So I said, you know what? Right. And some other people was like, no, but love. I said, yo, I'm not saying I don't love. And she was saying, like, okay, so because she was Arab, she even explained, said, listen, a lot of people will take for granted that stereotype that, you know, our Arab women are difficult. And she said, and we have that in common with black women. They'd be like, hey, that's the reason we don't want to speak to black women, because you black women are making it hard and tough for us. And he said, hey, our problem is not... I found it super deep the way she said it. She said, people think we're being difficult. It's because we argument and it's our character and it's making things hard, and we're belittling men. You know, they feel emasculated because like, oh, you're trying to put the pants on. And she said something. She said, no, understand. I'm making sure that the person that's going to lead me has the required abilities, skill, and character. Damn. So we can move. Dude, it's hard afterwards to argue with a chick like that.
Yeah, you can't argue that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to fall in love with you because you just said, basically, you just said,
I want to make sure you...
Yo.
Woo.
And that's... I'm sorry. That's extremely gangster.
Yeah, but it's hot.
I want to know if you're about that life.
Yeah, but it's hot.
Okay?
Yeah, real
That
talk.
means I'm going to ride with you. What she's saying is,
yo,
I will submit to you.
I
will give you the keys to the kingdom. My king. I'm giving myself to you completely. If I know you have the requirements to be a king. If you don't have that, I'm not in the business of dealing with princes. I'm dealing with kings. When she said that, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but when she said that, I was like,
bars. Them bars. Yo.
Bars, my friend. Bars, like, you can't fight it.
Yo, I'm gonna make a t-shirt that says, like, yo.
Dude.
Damn.
I was astonished.
Damn.
I was amazed.
Because it's astonishing.
And when you get that, and I'm not saying that us men, we all prefer going for the low-hanging fruit.
Some do.
But I'm not saying all of us do.
To be fair, the guy that's going for the low-hanging fruit, it's because he's looking for low-hanging fruit.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Your standards are low.
And your fruits are hanging. I'm just saying, like, yo, like, there's something to be... You know what? Okay, so... We've known each other long enough. Yep. You've known me before I was married. Yep. You've known me well before I knew Dom. Yep. Right? You've seen me in them streets. You've seen the savage days. You've seen my savage days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is...
You see the different phases.
Like, I'm not going to pretend I've always been this, oh my God, I want to find the woman of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I've not always been that guy.
Yeah.
I've had my savage days, and then I decided to move on. So I have looked at one point in my life for the low-hanging fruit, and I got some low-hanging fruit.
And hey, no disrespect for you ladies that are low on the totem pole. And listen, your services are needed.
Yes.
There's a lot of us who just don't know how to deal with women.
Yes.
And you've helped us practice. Thank you for the practice time.
And truth be said, like, I was looking for, like, I was there. That's the part in my life where I was. It was a phase. I had to go through that phase. Maybe that's what the phase you're going through. There's absolutely no shame in that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's where you get the slut shaming word.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it even then. We're talking about low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
We haven't specified what we mean, but you know what we're trying to jump to, right?
By the way, my man here is a poet, right? And I've dabbled. I'm not actively dabbling.
Yeah, but you got yeah.
Yeah, I got some bars.
Some bars.
I got some bars. Yeah.
That are for emergency situations, like, oh, something is needed. Let me just pull one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Bang, and we're in. So yeah, low hanging fruit. We're talking about that. If you want to conduct yourself or make people believe that, hey, listen, I'm a man of this stature.
Yeah.
Then there's a way of acting. There's everything.
There's a way to carry yourself, yeah.
To carry yourself.
Yeah.
That goes with it.
Yeah.
You know, when we were talking about police before, we know that makes a difference also.
Yeah. How you carry yourself
whether
matters.
it's fair or unfair, that's a different subject, but there is a way to carry yourself.
I think this idea of fair and unfair, to be honest with you, are, like, I keep
Nothing
telling
is
my son,
life is unfair.
No, I keep telling my son, like, fair or unfair. Like, I love the fact that you mention these things, but it's exactly like mentioning the weather outside. You have absolutely no control over it.
Zero.
So whether it is or isn't, doesn't really matter. We like to talk about it because it makes us feel better, but it changes nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I have to agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll mention it. Hey, it's
unfair.
mentionable.
Yeah.
But okay, let's move on and let's get to the things you can control, the things you can do.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to move up. So yeah.
I think this is something that becoming this practical, right? Having this practical sort of frame of mind, I think it's something that's almost part of parenting. Like, oh my God, this diaper just leaked and there's poop all over me. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what? You know what I mean? Like, oh no, it's gross.
Crying over spilled milk.
Yeah,
Milk.
literally crying over spilled milk. Oh my God, I just bought this box of milk and it spilled. What are we, like, it's all about what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? That is the only question. Every time, my 8-year-old boy, and people thought I was a savage when I was at the park and he would take like a bad spill and he'd come crying. I'm like, are you bleeding? He's crying. And he was like 3 years old. He would go, I'm like, are you bleeding? No? Please check. And by the way, 2 purposes to this, right? Number 1, while he's self-diagnosing, he is no longer crying.
Yeah.
Because tears can't see, like, you wipe your eyes, look, you're okay. Okay. Do you need and then, do you need a hug? Savage, but
No, but you know what? No, it's important.
Yeah.
Right? It's important. If he says yes, we're not gonna go like, man up. No, like, I'll give it to you and you'll feel better.
Yes.
But it also puts it puts you in a mind frame where you're thinking, okay, Dad said, do I need a hug?
Yeah.
Is it that bad? It means there's levels. I'm acknowledging there's levels.
Yes.
Importance.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I'm not yet to that level.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, dust yourself off.
No, but maybe you did something. It scared you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna note that because sometimes you say you're savage, dude. Man, I've been mean. I'm not gonna fake with you guys. I've been sometimes pretty mean with the kids. We're not perfect. It happens. Where you just say something, because you're mad, or sometimes you're like, yo, man up. Just man up. But afterwards, I think about it, and then I'll go and grab them. Right? But if I put it in my process and my in my template and the way I proceed, it should be, here. Are you okay? Are you bleeding? No? Then you're fine, right? If right away I go, do you need a hug? It doesn't have, and please, guys, and I'm even gonna say this to the moms, okay? Don't be like this. Oh, this face makes children freak out.
Yeah.
Because if you're freaking out, that means it was bad. Right?
Yes.
It was bad.
I need to freak out too.
You don't react like that.
Freaking out is contagious. It's a disease.
Yeah, everybody's gonna go. You know, they say if for some reason like your child would be close to a window that's open, you're in the 5th floor, and you're like, oh no, he might step and fall. You don't go, ah! You scream, he's falling.
Yep.
You go,
You've killed him.
Hey, buddy,
Come on,
you good? Hey, I got some. You want something to eat? Boo! And then you slowly get close, and then you grab him, and then you catch him, and then you freak out. You can allow yourself to freak out afterwards. But on the go now, you need to just act calm.
But I honestly think that this is where a team is required, right? There's always a calm one and one that freaks out. There are certain situations where I will stay calm. There's other situations where my wife will stay calm. And honestly, like, thank God I've got my partner, because she will, like, okay, so the school calls. William got into a fight, and then I get called to the principal's office, because that's a thing. I get called to the principal's office. I see my son, and I see he's scarred. Like, his face, there's blood. Like, my reaction is not cool and composed. My reaction is not cool and composed. It's just not. And so in that particular situation, thank God my wife was there, and she went to have a conversation with the principal. I want nothing to do with him.
No.
I want nothing. I don't care about any other human being at that point. The only concern that I have is my child. Because, as I said before, you bled.
Yes. Number 1.
You bled.
Check mark.
I'm not cool.
It happens. The first step is, okay, bleed. Second, okay, now we freak. Yeah. Blood has been spilled. It's no longer milk. Yeah. It's blood.
This is blood. Blood's been spilled. We got words. You know what I mean? We got words.
There's a problem.
And I am not, when it comes to the well-being of my children, I don't have the most rational train of thought. There's like rational kind of goes out the window. I get I got 3 boys, and that's the only possession for which I care. That is the only possession for which I care.
It's interesting that you mentioned like the team part, because it is a team job. That's why. No matter how much people will say, or again, and then I'm gonna treat this properly. I don't want to just take this lightly. Yeah. But when I hear women, single moms, that would be like, yeah, I'm the mom and the dad.
No.
And no, you're a mom.
Yeah.
You're a mom. It's cool that you acknowledge that there is 2 roles. Yeah. There are 2 roles. Yeah. But unfortunately, you can't do the second one. Yeah. So it's simply a part that's missing. Yeah. Somebody has to take that role, but it's missing.
It can be another male in your family. Yeah, it can be another male in your surroundings. It can be a friend. It can be another. But the reality is the reason why it takes 2 is because it takes 2. And I don't want to get into the same
gender, sexual orientation.
The same-sex couples. I'll be very honest with you. I have no opinion because I don't understand. Like, I'm not going to pretend I do. I don't. I don't know how that would work. I have no idea. I have no expertise. I have no knowledge. Yeah. Maybe somebody can teach me, and I would be very open to having this conversation because I know the things that I can handle. I know the things that my wife can handle. I know that we have, right? I don't know if you've ever heard the concept of default parent.
Default parent?
Yeah. No. So the idea is that when children have certain needs, they will go to a default parent. They'll have a default route, like it's like a default gateway.
Yeah. Let's stay geek, right?
Let's keep it real.
That's the IT.
I'm keeping it 100. That's what gateway. I know. There's a default gateway. And the thing is there are certain routing tables that are attached to that.
Let's bring the IT. Oh man, let's bring the network in.
So if I'm physically hurt, I go to dad. If I'm emotionally hurt, I go to mom. If I'm hungry, I go to mom. But if I want something fancy, I'll go to dad. And the children know this. They learn this based on the interaction that they have with the parents. For example, my son, and that makes me an asshole, by the way. I acknowledge this fully. Okay, my son came to me and said, Daddy, I want a grilled cheese sandwich with naan bread and Gouda. My 8-year-old son said that to me. He wouldn't say that to my wife. He would never say that to my wife. Because she'll look at him and go, Say what now? What's a with the no, no.
Yeah, we'll have none of this here.
Because the kids know Daddy likes to. When I go in the kitchen, I play. When she goes in the kitchen, she cooks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I don't really. I'm not the. I also again travel a lot for work. So when I'm home, I'm in the kitchen to have fun. I'll do breakfast. I'll do pancakes. I make a mean banana pancake. Right? And the kids know that. So they'll, on a Saturday morning, the boys will go, "Oh, Daddy, there's a lot of bananas left. Can you make banana pancakes?" And they will plan for it, ask for it all week, and they'll be super excited about it. My children know what to ask me, and they know what to ask my wife. Default parents for default roles. And I think that's a very important function of how you come together. So I would assume intellectually I can understand that a same-sex couple can perhaps have similar roles, but I don't know how it actually works. I don't know if there's a requirement for a male presence and a female presence. I don't know if that's
at the same time. I'm pretty sure, even though I'm not living it, but from what I've seen and what I've read, for me it's proof that hey, gender is important and gender makes a difference, because even if you're same sex, there are still two roles. There's automatically somebody. Okay, there's two roles in the same way that no matter what organization, someone leads.
Yep. Someone has
to follow.
Yeah.
We can't be both followers.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't be both leaders.
Nope, that doesn't work.
That's the concept of captain and first officer.
Yeah.
You must have it.
Yeah.
But understand, it's not as if it's not like we said, hey, captain and janitor.
Yeah.
That's why if I have to get into the biblical, we get into the, women have to submit, and the people go, rah, feminism, and no, why would I submit? I'm just
burn bras!
Exactly, burn bras! And women are like, I cool, do it. I don't care. Walk around without the bras. We enjoy it regardless. Okay? We were actually asking for this, but hey, let us think it was your idea. Yeah, go, do it.
A world without bras is just a world without locks. Think about that. Okay, that was stupid, but whatever.
So, exactly. No matter what you say, the whole thing about submitting, and I'm picky about this.
Yeah.
Because people take it out of context and then they just think, any man that just abuses someone is because, they submitted. Understand something, okay? The concept of power is there so that things can work, okay? If you don't submit, and the person is trying to lead and you're always going against them, things are just not being done.
Yeah, there's no movement forward.
Somebody needs to take the final decision, but it's still done in collaboration with.
Of course.
We're just putting a grade, a name or something, because we both, if we go back to mom, dad, or leader and second leader, is because we have kids that are following. The real employees are the kids in this analogy. You're just president, vice president. And you know what? There's a reason why there's a president. And then we're talking about CEOs and the CFF and you're president, but then I'm vice president finances. It's because this is my responsibility. These are semantics. They're labels. And you know what? If if the wife is the leader in cooking, that doesn't mean that men can't cook.
That's right.
It means you're following her orders.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You still have to be involved, dude. It's not like, I'm just gonna chill here while you're cooking. No, what it means is she decided, hey, all right, so today we're eating chicken.
Yeah.
With salad and rice. And she's like, all right, I'm marinating, cleaning, and getting the chicken ready. Could you go and cook some vegetables? You're participating.
Yeah.
She gave you a job and you're doing it.
Yeah.
Now, if as a dude you're like, why would I do this? I'm the leader, and dude, you need to get this done.
That's not leadership. You know what? It's kind of interesting because every organization that I've worked at, I always worked very close to the leadership team. And that afforded me, I'm very, very fortunate that way, because it afforded me a lot of learning moments. And one of the first things that I was taught is that most of the good leaders, like the good ones, always talk about their direct support, not direct reports.
Ooh, say that again.
All the great leaders always talk about their direct support, not direct reports. They talk about the people that they support directly, right? Because the real reason why there's a leader is when there's a question, when a decision has to be made, when a question has to be cut, yes, no go, this or that, left or right. When those decisions have to be made, people will have a conversation. We will bring all of our points, but ultimately we will leave the decision to one person. And that person that has to make the decision is not there to make a decision to tell everybody what to do. He's there to make a final decision because he's the one that's responsible for it at the end.
That's the point I was going to get to afterwards.
That's the whole point.
When we're talking about that dynamic, it also means, and that's the analogy I give people when talking about submission, or women should submit.
Yeah.
The analogy I give is, hey, the Titanic is sinking. What are we saying? Children and women
first.
Leave. The captain sinks with the ship.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now. But if you want equality, not equity, no problem. Come.
Sink with the ship. You know what?
Hey, let's be partners and sink. I'm just telling you that, hey, there's more chance of you surviving if you take the kids and leave, and I take responsibility. So when a company falls, nobody's going around. Well, nobody. Actually, often there's a scapegoat, and you're like, no, I'm scared of my position.
Yeah.
And the real leader that's dope is the one that's able to say, you know what, I failed, unfortunately. Let me step down, or say, hey, it was my fault. And I've been fortunate that most of my bosses, especially the one I have right now, is the guy that even if we mess up, he's not going to say, hey, to the customer, listen, I'm going to talk to my employee, he messed up, and he'll be like, listen, we failed you. I'm really sorry, that's my fault. I should have had a better eye on this situation. He doesn't need to mention who it was, how it happened. It's like, yo, that's my fault. He takes responsibility. If you want to take the responsibility, do it. If not, take that position and sit down on it. Let's move. Get stuff done.
Yeah, that's leadership.
And real men, by the way, they're the guys that are going to say, okay, I'm going to take that responsibility. I'm not going to wuss out. Even if a woman says I'm independent, because they are.
Yeah.
Remember we said they have the power.
Of course.
So they have the power. They're giving you the keys so you can take the responsibility, take the wheel. She's my co-pilot, and I won't be able to know where I'm going unless she tells me where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
I'm just driving the vehicle. If I crash, it's my fault. But she's telling me, hey, this is the road we're going to take to go. Right? Dynamics, importance.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys, man. Man up.
Yeah.
Do you need a hug?
I like that one. I like that
Yeah,
one.
man.
It's good timing. It's good timing. Do you need a hug?
Get that the hug, man. Oh, wow.
Yo, so like I said, I just had to get this out.
Yeah,
I just had to get this out, and 47 minutes later,
bang! I guess we got episode 2.
I guess we do. All right, people. If you've been listening till now, thank you. And if you haven't, well, too bad for you, because I think this is an amazing conversation. But in any case, have a blessed week, man.
Yes. And hey, if you likes, shares.
Yes.
You likes, shares, give, comment. Tell us what you want to hear about next. We're always making more content because it's easy for us. It's breathing. We're just talking.
We're just having a conversation.
We're having a conversation. We're telling you what's up. We're sharing with you guys. So, hey, what's up?